Greetings, gentlemen and ladies. I'm the Crypto Game Snob, and in today's video we are taking a Viking sort of aggro war deck. I'll show you how this deck breaks down after we jump into a game, and yeah, and you guys can take a look. This is a super fun deck. Let's see, are we going first or second? We're going first, so I'm gonna look for a mana 1 card. This deck often wins by mana 5, mana 4, even sometimes. You know, mana 5.5. It's actually not too common that it goes even to mana 6. The whole strategy behind this super fast Viking aggro deck is you just go face. It's face, face, face. It's not board control. We're just, you know, racing for damage. That's what we're doing here. So hopefully we win this game. Then I can show you how this deck breaks down. We are facing up against Light, of course, and Light is basically the most powerful meta at the moment. So this might be a tough match, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how this all shakes down in just a minute. But yeah, like I say, face, 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 face. We don't worry about board control. We don't worry about anything. We just go face. Oh yeah. Every now and then, there could be a little board control, right? Every now and then, but not too often. Not too often. Thundercaller is quite nice. This is a card that spirals out of control pretty quickly if your opponent can't deal with it. Yeah, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, etc., etc. Alright, so yeah, like I say, face, face, face. Thundercaller is kind of not bad here. What we're going to actually do, like I say, we mostly just do face, but every now and then we want to protect our cards. So I'm actually just going to protect our Thundercaller here. Try to make sure he can't get taken out the next round. Give him a chance to start spiraling out of control. There's a lot of relics also in this deck, but I'll break down the deck in just a minute for you. For you fine folk. Oh yeah. Oh, that shield bearer, he's back. He's back. He's back, and he's in true form. 1-1-1-1, just like the old days, but only Light gets a shield bearer anymore. So yeah, good for Light. All right. Yep. So like I say, it's all about the face. All about the face. We're just going face. That's all we're doing here. More or less. More or less, just going face. The nice thing about this deck is it gives you really quick games, right? Like I've actually had them go so fast right around here, it's pretty much over, right? 4 mana, 4.5, 5 mana, give or take. So you get your quick wins, you get your, you know, occasional quick loses, but nice quick games. Nice quick games are good.
Get ready.
You know, half tempting actually to clear this board, just because we could actually quite effectively at this point. Could and actually probably should, just because we, you know, Light likes to build up their boards. If we clear their board right now, it's actually going to be pretty good. So you know what? I'm going to make an exception to my comments from before and just take this easy board clear here. Take control of the board entirely, basically. That's what we're going to do. Just because we can, and it's going to work well to do so. We can actually even make a good attack on his face. Throw Slayer as well. Is that everybody? No, one more. Alright, there we go. Almost always go face. Certain exceptions. When the cards are just so, you know, you get such favorable trades, I'll make an exception to my rule. Sure, why not? Especially against Light, which loves building up a board. No board for Light, no win chance for Light, so yeah. Here we go. There's my new top end red fume serum. Let's drop that down on our Viking girl. Make her really, really big and scary. That's about it, I think. Yeah. That's it. As you can see, 5 mana. Game over. Good game. Alright. Okay, let's take a look at how this deck breaks down. We have the Battle Bard. This is a core card that is actually decent at 2/2 stats and gives +2 to a friendly Viking. That's basically our entire deck. Everything's Viking, almost everything. So yeah, nice big buff to our creature on the board, swing face, etc. Make a big old threat, whatever the case may be. Battle Bard works really nicely for building up that early game burst damage, that aggro damage. Blood Boiled Outlaw, also just a good solid 2/2 card that keeps getting stronger every time it attacks. Gotta like that. Master Tactician is one I've recently shuffled in and I'm just kind of playing around with just because it's a very good trade taking card. 2 mana, 2/2 protected, and it also gives all other creatures flank until the end of your turn, which could potentially be very good if you're kind of around mana 5, your opponent drops a Guild Enforcer, you need to go around that somehow. Master Tactician could save the day. Tavern Brawler, just because we got a good Viking here with Blitz 2/3, Volka's Captain is really good. Nice strong 3/2 attack, also equips a relic. Lots of relics in this deck, can be very good for just swinging more face damage or occasionally controlling the board. Viking War Maiden is really great, just very nice equivalent of 4/3 stats for 2 mana because you get a 1/1 Battle Thrall along with her. That's great. I was running her with out of its misery for a while. That's a potential variation of this deck. By the way, you can only see 1 win here. That's because I keep shuffling out 1 or 2 cards. But this deck has actually gone about 10 for 12 wins at the moment with some subtle variations. So like a 85% win ratio, give or take. Warmonger Smith is our only non-Viking. I've made the mistake of actually dropping this down with a Battle Bard because he kind of looks like a Viking. He's not a Viking. He's our Olympian. He gives a nice relic strength boost attack that can be helpful sometimes. That's our only non-Viking in the deck. Blade of Sticks, just because, yeah, 3/2 God Blitz. That's some good stuff. Also, I'm actually considering putting this in with I Need a Weapon and buffing this into a 4/3, which would make it pretty crazy. So this deck is basically what you see with a few possible differences. You know, you can shuffle in and out some cards there. Bloodguard is great, just because we have, like, what do we get? We get 5/4 worth of stats for 3 mana. Also, we diversify those stats into 3 cards, so it can't immediately be, you know, taken out quite as easily. We got some backup cards in there. Deathsworn Waiter, this is now a Genesis card. This is a great card because you get +2/+1 to a friendly Viking. That adds quite a bit. That just adds quite a bit of damage onto your board. And the whole thing about this board is we want to be swinging face. You know, we want to be very aggressive, you know, swinging face. We want to be doing damage basically every turn. We want to be packing on as much damage as we can. And this is a great way to add some damage to cards that are already on the board. We don't have to wait till the next turn. So that's part of why this card's great. Raid Reveler, also just very good for trades, also solid stats, 3/2 protected. Thundercaller, as you saw in our previous game, this card just grows big and out of control, potentially. It's also a great target for your opponent. They have to take it out and often have to lose a lot of cards to trade into it. If they don't, then they're in really big trouble. Meanwhile, you're continuing to build up your board with your other Vikings, so he's a good distraction. He's also a good hitter. He's just a very good scary card. Leviathan Hunter, also a Genesis card. Good to play with another Viking on the board. You just get another relic, right? You get another relic, and you got a decent little 2/1 swing face. Not too bad. Not too bad. Vanguard Axewoman, just nice little blitzy creature. Also not too bad. So yeah, that's a few variations. Also, the Red Fume Serum is actually one I just recently put in here as well, as you saw in the previous game. Just a lot of power at that 5 mana point, 5/5 and burn on something on your deck already, so you can swing to face and just end the game very quickly. All right. Okay. Anyway, like I said, there's a few variations. You could toss in Odie. You could make a few variations to this. You could put in Viking Longships instead of Red Fume Serums, potentially as a good way to get around any frontline that might come up. There's a few variations you can make. Like I say, out of its misery, could potentially tech in here, or I Need a Weapon could tech in here, maybe instead of Axewoman. There's a few things you can kind of shuffle around and still have this deck still be very effective, very aggro, very fast, very face. But yeah, this is my current variation, and that can kind of give you an idea. You can tweak as you like, but overall this deck works pretty well. Let's get into some more games. Okay, so we have a War versus Nature. This is a slight variation on the deck that you saw previously. Just wanted to cards shuffled around. Also, the music that you hear in the background is me. It's me working on some songs, because I also do a little bit of producing here and there. So, yep, that was recorded during this game, so it's kind of stuck in the audio track at the moment. I can't get it out. So there we go. We're going to have a little bit of my background music. So here we go. Like I say, super duper fast aggro Viking war versus also typically super fast nature. So let's see how this goes. Okay, off to a heck of a good start. Look at this. This is mana 2, right? We've already got 2, 3 2s on the board. We got another 3 2 and we got a 1 1. This is all by mana 2. So yeah, I mean, that's fast. Hang on a sec. Let me fast forward this disconnect. Okay, we're back. We're back. And with Thundercaller in the hands, perfect for the next turn. Considering just how big and threatening my board is already at this point. Look at that, that's like 9 damage to face on mana 3. Yeah, so this deck can be so fast, so crazy fast. Like I was saying before, mana 4 wins are actually something that have happened quite a few times with this deck of like the 12 or 14 games maybe that I've played with it. But as you can see, this gets ridiculous, right? Like, look at this. We're at mana 3. We've got 4, 5, 3 on 3 damage on the board. So just like a lot of threats, right? This is, what is this? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I mean, this is threatening lethal already at mana 3, right? So that's crazy how fast this deck can actually, actually win games. When things go right, it's, yeah, can be very, very fast, especially if your opponent doesn't have frontline or removal or anything that kind of slows down the mad tempo of all that Viking madness. Yeah, that's what we're looking like. So he does manage to clear a few cards off the board, which will help to slow the pace a tiny bit. Right, but we still have a ton of threats on the board. Viking Longship comes down. Blitz is good, deals with any sort of resistance. Yeah, face, and yeah, that concludes just turn 4. And at this point, we actually get the concede. That's it. I'm calling it mana 4 win.